In freshman year, I was assaulted.
At the end of 8th grade to the beginning of freshman year, my parents were going through a separation. And by the time I was a sophomore, they had officially divorced.
Throughout high school and before high school a lot, I dealt with a lot of issues with identity and just dealing with my own image and things like that.
For 4 years, I've been suffering from depression and anxiety.
I didn't finish my freshman year of high school. I spent the last 2 months of the year in bed, sleeping or having panic attacks. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't be around boys. I gained so much weight. All I did was eat to try and feel better. Just everything was falling apart.
There was the typical arguing. There was the throwing of pots and pans.
There's a lot of problems just being young and being a girl in general, but also being black. It's kind of hard to look to things where you see tearing up.
Depression is like being underwater. You're hopeless and you feel like there's nothing left to do but to die.
I was also alone a lot of the time because my sister would always leave when my parents started arguing. My mother and father were always bickering until my father left, and I would just hide in my room.
And I think that it's really difficult when you're not surrounded by people that look like you, and being the only black kid or having interests that aren't stereotypically black and people kind of pushing you to conform.
The symptom that I had the hardest time dealing with was just not being motivated. The simplest thing, going to the grocery store, trying to pick out food, it just seemed like the end of the world for me. I just couldn't do it. Going to school, there's just something there stopping me. I just can't physically do it. Doing schoolwork, none of that. I was just done.
I turned to music, and that didn't help. I turned to eating a lot, and that didn't help. I turned to not eating at all, and that was even worse.
But then I found Bayview. It was a new school where I was able to heal. I found friends who supported me. I wasn't alone anymore. If I didn't find Bayview, I don't think I would be nearly as well as I am now.
And then one day in school, I started talking to my friend in English class. And then from there, that friendship became best friends. Then from there, I was able to open up to more friends.
And little did I know it was just a matter of time. I just needed to wait. I just needed to work on things. To get support from my family really helped me. They didn't understand what I was going through, so when they finally understood, that helped a lot. They were able to be more sensitive to my needs and understand what I was going through and what I needed.
And really realizing my own self-worth and not placing it in the hands of other people or media or all of those kinds of things. And I think that I definitely feel a lot more comfortable with my hair, with my skin, and I feel really confident in who I am, and I think that definitely I've helped myself through a lot of that.
For the first time in months, I was able to laugh. I was able to have somebody who supported me and who was always there for me when things got tough.
I found my Montana. My family is my Montana.
I found my Montana. I am my Montana.
I found my Montana. My friends are my Montana.
Bayview is my Montana. I found my Montana.
Rambla